contracts when it comes to electricity, which is part of our priority. And we are setting up truth and reconciliation committees. We have started making a lot of changes in the civil service. On the side of the security, we have changed the hierarchy of the military, and some of the Western countries have started giving us support.
So President Barrow there with a long list of his achievements. But what do Gambians make of his new government? Is it getting down to turning the country around after 22 years of President Yahya Jammeh, or is it off to a slow start? I asked Gambian political analyst Murtala Toure what he thought.
So far, I think what has been clearly manifested is the lack of urgency and speed in this government. I think that speaks to the lack of experience and lack of preparation. I don't think they were thinking that they're going to take over, President Jammeh, given that how strong he is, and then he didn't want to leave power. So they were not really prepared to take over. We've seen how long it took them even to establish a cabinet, even to appoint the vice president. And the vice president position is still vacant.
So you said there's a lack of urgency. But do you get a sense of what its policy direction is?
That's the biggest problem right now. That what President Barrow is going to do, given that there is an urgent need for job creation, seeing Gambians that moving in droves to Europe, they're dying in the Mediterranean, and then as well as attracting foreign direct investment. People are criticizing President Barrow that he's prioritizing foreign aid instead of foreign direct investment. We saw when he went to France, what he was asking for was budgetary support, and then as well as support to increase the ECOWAS forces on the ground. So we still not yet completely out of the woods in the Gambia.
What is he getting right?
So far, I think it's just, probably the messaging that President Jammeh has gone. Although people are still fearful because we saw, was it just 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, some kind of skirmishes between forces loyal to President Jammeh in Kanilai, that's the hometown of President Jammeh, and the Okomok forces. So there is a real risk of, some kind of accidental coalition or fighting between these forces. So far, so good. I think if I'm going to rate him, I don't think he has, scored above average for this. So
it's easy for us to sit back and criticize and ask questions and say he hasn't got a sense of urgency meeting the people's aspirations. Let me put you in a tight spot. If you were his advisor, what would you say to him that he needs to do urgently?
First of all, I think he needs to prioritize the budget. The Gambian people needs a budget. He needs to prioritize his policy to show that Gambia is back open to attract foreign investment. I think that's the priority. It's not because Gambia has
What is there to invest in?
In Gambia, there are lots of things to invest in Gambia, the tourism sector, the agri sector, and then even in terms of finance, because Gambia attracts a lot of foreign banks, like not only Nigerian banks, and then also Gambia has been known for peace and stability. That's a big dividend that can attract investors.
So why hasn't that investment come forward yet?
It's because of, first of all, President Barrow is sending, some kind of a mixed signal. Even the transition is now raising the biggest hint that he's not going to respect the three years term, because he's supposed to stay 3 years in power and then organize an election. But now he's saying that probably he's going for the 5 years. So even the political transition, nobody is, sure that he's going to respect it. So even that kind of mixed signal, it shows that there's no sanctity of contract. People are fearful of that.
Gambian political analyst Murtala Toure there, and on Facebook we've been some contract.